Good morning. Okay, we're gonna do the bug recolonization dredging project today. The Fish and Game guy called me up. Him and the young boy will be here in a little while, trying to get a head start so I can go ahead and set it up. I've yet to try my new crash box dredge design for my sniping dredge, so I don't know how the water flow is going to react and how much water I'm going to get. The little wheeler, I've got a little bit of dirt problem, but it's been running a little bit better. Got my pump mounted on the front, high banker in the back. We'll see if it's sturdy enough. I've never actually pulled the darn thing very far, so I don't know if I'm going to bend legs or anything else. And the trail looks like it's going to be pretty icy, so it's going to be a slow ride, and we're going to get it done. Later. Well, I'm getting too dang warm. I got everything set up. I'm back here at Father's Day Corner. Obviously in the wintertime we don't have near the water coming down through here. This is where the big triple sank. It was up here in the snow. Right up here in the snow. Had it tied off thankfully to that big log. And what it had done is it pulled and dropped right down into this area right in through here. You can imagine this was high and dry. High and dry. The water was flowing down there, but this was high and dry Friday night that I tied it off. Next morning, you've seen the footage. It was bad. Got the wheeler. The wheeler brought it out here this morning. Now, the Fish and Game guy had looked for bugs in my old dredging area to see if it had been recolonized yet. And now I've asked him. He came here last weekend. You've seen him in the video. He was testing this big flat rock. The reason I call it Father's Day Corner is me and my son were testing way up there. Wasn't finding color. We had the sluice box set up right here on the other side of that boulder with the snow on it. Wasn't finding nothing. And then pretty soon my son come over here and he dug right underneath the edge of this boulder right here, this flat boulder. And we found color. I mean, it wasn't nothing special, but he found color, and boy, he was some kind of excited. So I'm going to try this area here, but the Fish and Game guy actually wants to try right there on that gravel bar where I was at panning last weekend, right there on that side of the creek right there, that gravel bar there. The waters came up. It's been raining most of the week, fogged actually. I got my pump all set up. I've got the permit from Fish and Game to actually run. Again, this is a salmon bearing stream, so there's no real dredging allowed during the winter months, but Fish and Game has allowed this for student purposes only, and I'm not even allowed to take and dredge without the student present. I'm going to fire up the dredge just to make certain the water is going to work, but after that I have to shut it down until the student shows up. He's a 9th grade student, and it's just been a fun project trying to help a kid in school, and he gets the bugs, I get the gold. All right, later. Okay, good morning. My guys showed up. We got a fella named Matt from Fish and Game, and the young science dude, 9th grade? You in 9th grade? 10th grade. And we're doing his report on recolonization of bugs in the water after dredging or high banking. I tried my dredging attachment and I didn't secure it good enough. It fell apart right away, so that didn't work. And of course I forgot my 90-degree angle, so I had to put string on it, and now we're hanging up with rocks. But that's okay, the kid likes to work and get wet, right? Yep. We're not doing too bad. One of the things we're really wanting to test is this pile right here of all the the dredge tailings. Try to keep them knocked down a little bit. And what he's going to do is he's going to come back into this area, right beside this big rock, and he's going to test this and see when this gets recolonized with the water bugs. I tried to raise it up out of there, but we were doing some clogging, so I'm just kind of trying to sweep it away as we can. I think he's already wearing out, man. He's a teenager and he's already looking winded. Woo! All right, we'll get more on this later. Okay, we just did one run. This is the tailings pile from that one run, and he's going to come back in here with his bug catching machine, put it below it, stir it up to see if we actually ran the bugs through the machine and if they're still here. And then what we're doing, we took our pile of bigger rocks, the bigger tailings, and shoved them back down kind of into the hole that we were digging. And now we're going to set up here a little bit further and do it again and see if we can find some more bugs in the tailings, and he'll come back and check both areas at a later date. My mats are running pretty good, I think. I forgot 5-gallon buckets to clean them out, so I'm just gonna have to take them back home whole. Fun science fair project. Yeah, see, now you're getting into a little bit dirtier water. A little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Not much.
A little more gravel and light.
Yeah. But again, okay, you got a little bit of brown water right there. But I don't know if that is probably from when he was digging. But you come all the way down to here, that brown water is pretty much all gone from the sediment. Sediment 15 feet away, it's no longer visible. So that's pretty cool. Well, I hope the kid gets an A. It's very rare that the fishing game is going to allow anybody to come up here in a salmon ponding stream and do this during a non-open season. It's pretty nice of Alaska State Fishing Game to do this for the young man. You know, but we're all about education, or we should be, so that's all, you know, look forward to our next generation of biologists and geologists, and if we can help them and they're interested, then good on them. Promoting science is always a good thing. Just kind of explain what he's doing.
So we got our second site upstream a little ways, creating another little tailings area to take our samples. This is the area we filled in with the material again. And here's Ian getting some insects out of the tailings that we just created moments ago. So what he's using here is called a Cerber sampler. Basically a fine mesh that ends down here at the bottom with a caught end. So water pushes all the insects out of the substrate as he works it with his hands. The water goes through and the insects get caught there at the bottom. And so Ian's going to do this for about 3 to 5 minutes, or until his hands get too cold to feel them. And then we'll go ahead and take this back to the lab, where we then remove all the insects from the sample, identify them, see how many of them there are. And so the concept here is we're gonna try to figure out, after a mining event like this, if we still have insects in the tailings, and then further we're going to come back and sample again and find out how the population recolonizes these tailings, how long it takes for little insects to recolonize here. So he's going down, looks like he's just in the tailings that we made. It's about 6 inches deep there. Alright, December 14th, just a little bit of snow left.